¿Quién quiere la enchilada entera? Who
What?
wants the whole enchilada?
What?
I do.
Ooh, Butch does.
That's what we're going to talk about on Coffee with Ken. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning.
Welcome. Good morning. Buenos dias. Buenos dias. So we have Ken Brown. He is CEO here at Destiny Global, and we have Butch McCracken, General Manager, and I am Dr. April Brown, Executive Vice President of Coaching for Destiny Global. And that's what we are talking about today, is that who wants the whole enchilada?
Well, I think most of us want the whole enchilada, but the reality is most of them never get it because they stop short of the goal.
Yeah.
I was telling Butch
So good.
just earlier that the recent study came out talking about business, and this is not a new trend, but so many businesses that have didn't reach their original goal are bought by another company that sees the original vision through and makes millions. Most of those companies, because people stop short, they give up short of the goal.
Wow.
So the lesson is stop giving up.
Yeah. Don't have half the enchilada.
No.
You
Some
want
of them
the
not even get a
whole
bite of it.
enchilada.
They
Yeah.
never even finish
You
fixing the
just
enchilada.
Taste
Yeah.
the enchilada. You fixed it. You fixed it. You fixed it perfect. You
Yeah.
did put all the perfect cheese on it. You have the cheese sauce, or however you want it. You put the chicken. You got all of the things. You got the pico de gallo. You got it all going.
Ooh.
And then you just you get one bite, and then
Somebody
you
else
just
gets it all the rest of
they
it.
get all the rest of it.
Mm.
And you're like, man,
No, thank you.
man. And that makes me, when you say just before you get the goal, just literally you could be so close to the goal. And it made me think of when we were our kids played football. All three of our boys played football. Chloe cheered. I was a cheer coach. You were a trainer. Then later even a coach. But our first season that we started we started a new organization for homeschool, that for sports, and the main one was football, and it was winning season.
It was a dream season.
Nobody was beating us, and we thought, because the season before that we had played for another organization, and most of these kids had played for that one, and we thought this is gonna be horrible.
It's gonna be a rough
It's gonna be a rough year. And it was in middle school, and they were winning. Nobody scored on them. Nobody. We're halfway through the season, and nobody scored on them. I mean, we're averaging 40 points a game, and we get to the literally the less than a yard line, right?
They get on the 1 yard line. They're about to score.
It's okay, that's it. The perfect season is over. It's okay. It's okay. It's been great. We have played hard. We have beat every team. It's still going to be a perfect season because we can still beat all. I'm just it's over. They stopped them
on the 1 yard line.
It's less than a yard line. 1 yard line.
They turned him around in the backfield, and he got his rear end over, but the ball was still at the 1 yard line, and so. That was fourth down, and we ended up getting the ball and going down and scoring again and ran out the clock.
And we literally ended up having
a perfect
season. Nobody scored on us. Unheard of.
Yeah.
And the thing is, not just winning. People win all their games, right? But they get scored on. This was crazy miracle season. And but anyway, I was thinking about that. What if it was just you know what? I just give up. It's on the, we're so close. They're so close, and we're gonna give them the enchilada.
Yeah.
We've had the half enchilada.
Right.
We're just gonna let them go ahead and score because it's fine. It's no, and that could just be for anything, right? We give up because it's we get that mindset that it can't happen. That can't happen. We can't.
You talk yourself out of success.
Right.
You talk yourself out of success, and that happens so often in business, and it can be in in home-based business or in a professional environment, it doesn't matter. We talk ourselves out of success, and don't see another way to do it. You don't find you're not working towards a solution. You let the problem overwhelm you, and that's where winners. That's the real separation. So when you start looking at the people where you read in Wall Street Journal, the billionaires, all of them started off with businesses that were basically going to be bankrupt, and it doesn't matter which one you start with.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Jeff Bezos and Amazon. He almost didn't make it. He was tell people at the time he was going to ship books to people where it started, right? And of course, it's AWS is a whole lot more than just when you think about Amazon. It's a whole lot more than just delivery. That's a key part of it. But they have services that in the IT world and everything else that could be done in different business models to capitalize on disrupting industries that were not disrupted before. So you have companies like Borders and Blockbuster who aren't in business anymore because these disruptive business-minded people that were solution-oriented and who would not give up put them out of business because they stopped innovating, right? So think about where you have stopped in some areas that you know you're supposed to keep going, but yet you yield to something.
Yeah, and you could be on the literally on the cusp of a promotion.
Yeah.
Which is what we're talking about, like
law of promotion.
Being faithful with the little, being faithful with where you're at, what you've been given, everything that you've been given, and being so thankful for it, and to be so diligent and faithful with everything that you have at the time, and you could just be on the cusp, but you just are like, I'm done, I'm tired.
You don't. Well.
Yeah.
But it is an internal fortitude of saying that I'm going to stick with it and not be overwhelmed with the problem, but continue to drive towards the solution. But a lot of times it's just us not wanting to do some hard things. And it's where it was an instilled trait in me that I learned in business and was hammered. You know it even started before I ever got in business at home, right? I always had the mantra that you hear I even tell our kids, and I've told you this before, is we have to pay before we play. Right? Do the hard things first. Do them. Right? When you do the hard things, good things come on the back end and you can have fun. Right? When we stepped into the role in Destiny Global, there were a lot of hard things here. Right? And we've had to work very hard to keep going. Right? Not throwing the towel in to stay home and
when COVID hit, we could have just said, well, that's it.
We're done. We're rolling up the rugs.
We're an event company, and
there's no more events. We're done.
You don't pivot. We can't do it.
Yep.
And we had to pivot to virtual and figure out how to do that.
Right. Yeah. And then work with Jackie and Carmen to get them to step in and step up, which they have done magnificently, and even adding on and continue. And now we're in a time of expansion and growth. Why? Because we can see that the message changes lives. Nothing has stopped at this organization. The message is strong. The goals are focused, and we are committed to helping people succeed. We're committed to you to help you succeed. We want nothing more than to have
you promoted.
a million millionaires come out of Destiny Global, and that is you. We don't want to exclude anybody,
or
but
even 6 figures. If
yeah,
you're less than
wherever
6 figures,
you're
you
at.
want to be at 6 figures. That's your next step. We want you there.
If you're at $10, we want you to get you to 20. If you're at 20 to 40, right? And it's just a continual step, and we've seen that in countless lives. But more than that, it's not just what you make; it's controlling what you spend. Right? And those are the big lessons. We made a whole lot of money, but spend it all.
Yeah, and
right?
you won't be promoted if you're not going to be faithful
with the
little.
Right.
And we think it's about how much we make, but it doesn't matter. Our increase, we'll start spending more as we make more.
It'll follow.
It'll follow. Yeah, we'll just keep doing it. Doesn't matter how much we make.
The big details, the big wins happen because small details were done. Always. A house is built one two-by-four at a time. Right? You have to take something and put it together to make something great. And everything is a action of small steps that equal great things. And if you're not willing to do some of the small steps, or you're going to try to sidestep them, right? And if you're not good at something,
everybody who's on the mission and has their part to do it, you get the people in place, and you're not having people that are building a boat while you're building a house.
that can be a problem because you're taking their wood towards a different goal, and that will happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, or you'll have people take your ideas.
And there's no water. And they're building a boat, and you're like,
This isn't Noah.
this isn't.
No, don't be Noah. But
Yeah.
it is learning to have stick-to-itiveness. That's a very famous word you'll find in the dictionary, right? Stick-to-itiveness. It's the one where you're just going to stay focused on your goal, and you're going to make it happen. And I've got people in our life, and people that you both know that, you know, you look at people that we know that have stuck to things, and they won't stop until it's successful. And that is rare, ultra rare humans. But when you do it, and that is what you call 2%ers. And we want our clients to be separated, set apart from the rest of the world, to be a beacon on a hill.
Set apart.
Set apart. You are set
You'll
apart.
get
You are a set
promoted.
apart
Set
people,
apart.
promoted, right?
Yeah,
Setting
so
an example.
good.
Yeah.
So good. And that brings, how do you do that? How do you get started? How do you keep making those steps forward?
Well, you're naming them. It's
Yeah.
your first step to success.
There you go. First steps to success. That's our training that we have. And it is in August 11th through
Yes.
the 13th. And I promise you do not want to miss
You
it.
do not wanna miss
It
this
is
one.
in Atlanta, Georgia.
It is.
Yes.
And we're already
I'm
prepping
so
for it.
excited.
And we're already
I haven't
prepping
been
for it.
to Atlanta, Georgia in a while. So
Yes,
I'm
wow.
super excited about this. And it's going to be amazing. And just to be there with some of the most amazing people that are all have hearts that they know that this is how they get promoted. This is how they work.
Yeah,
They're being
right.
faithful with the little, and they're learning the skills to do that.
And everything
Yeah,
is ready for
amazing.
them. All they have to do is click below.
Yes.
Not only your
click
ticket,
the link. Get
but
your ticket.
and the hotel.
Yeah.
You can get your hotel in the
everything.
link below
Go
too.
below.
Everything is there at
Click on
a
it.
greatly reduced rate. We
Yeah.
apply. We're on debt here. This is a very nice hotel. And
Yes.
Jen Ratchford did an amazing job of getting the rates down.
Mhm.
We're going to be staying at a really nice place, which you know I like doing,
Yes.
at a very
For
reasonable,
a reasonable
price. Yes.
So get your ticket, get your room block, and get yourself to
First steps.
First Steps in Atlanta.
Mhm.
And we want to see you there. And so, and also, we want to see y'all here next week. And so, click like, click share. Share
Yeah.
this
Yes.
so
Get
other
it out
people
there.
can hear and get this little, because you gave some really great, some gold today. And I love that you share a lot of your, like your successes. So it was really a lot of good stuff. So come back next week. You'll hear more of his amazing stories, and we'll be here to share
Mhm.
share something. No, we are here because we have had results as well.
Oh,
So
yeah.
anyway, we want to see y'all here next week on Coffee with Ken. Thanks for joining us.
Have a great day.
Have a great day.
Evening.